Okay, welcome to a Kibitzing video. Haven't really done a video for the channel in quite some time, so I figured I'd hop back in with something light. I'm sorry we had to jump into this mid-game, like move 15, 16, but, haven't done a video for the channel in quite a while. As you can see, there's a National Master holding a simul there, but, yeah, I haven't done a video in quite some time. Just been busy in general, etc. So it looks like this is a Sicilian defense. Black's getting that dark squared bishop. And I guess white swings his rook over to the D file, probably. Yep. Okay, so it looks like we have a Sicilian defense. And I guess black is probably better because he has the bishop pair. I don't know, he looks like he has pretty much everything black wants. Except a d5 push, but that should be soon. White might be able to push f5. The weakness created, though, is that this king is on the same diagonal as the light squared bishop, and f5 just offers to open it up. And also, another thing is that, while it would weaken d5 a little bit, black would quite likely be able to just push e5, or even just leave alone the f5 push. So the bishop hitting f7 is a little bit of a concern if the f-file ever opens up, but I don't think that it's going to figure prominently into this game. As you can see, black is building his c-file pressure, and that spells bad news for white, so I think that this game is probably favoring black right now. So, I'm really not 100% sure what to do. Ugh. Wow. Okay, so then after takes, but, yeah. But if the king just steps aside, I don't know, I don't like this. I don't know if this was fully enough for you. So now the is potential danger, and also that pawn is just hanging, so it's fine, because now he can pick up that pawn, but I don't like it. Just personal preference, I don't like it. I mean, I guess he's fine now. He's technically up a pawn, but those are some menacing looking bishops going into the endgame, and I don't know. White time advantage, though. Can't just discount the time advantage. But the king, I don't know, I just don't like it. And like, the knight is pretty short on places to go. So like, maybe if the knight had been moved back somewhere, and then bishop d4 would be played. I don't know, I don't any plan. Okay, well now white is winning. But for a while there, I'm pretty sure that it favored black. Before he left his back rank undefended, and I don't know, should we take a look at that real quick, see if white's knight could have maybe been trapped. Okay, so takes, and then maybe like playing the knight back to, or even forward to, I guess, maybe, like, if he goes here, then, I don't know, it just seems like with so many squares covered, that knight shouldn't have had long to live. Like, just kick this bishop somehow, and I know you can't just say, oh, do this somehow, and call that a plan, but I don't know, I mean, maybe white's better, but I did like black better during the first half of that game. They'll be reminded once again that I don't really know Sicilian. So, let's move on to another game, I suppose. If it loads. Okay, there we go. What do you know? Another endgame. So this endgame looks like it favors black, who is up a pawn, and does not suffer from having that backward pawn, although the b pawn could be vulnerable. But knight is hanging kind of, and then that, yeah, now black's just up 2. Okay, and now, since the knight blocks off the f2 square, he has not getting checkmated. So, like, if takes on passant, take, can't take back, or else he gets checkmated. So, of course, he moves. But now the damage is done, and there's pawn, these 2 passed pawns to deal with. For a passed pawn that would be weak, like, I think maybe he could put his knight down for the pawn or something. I'm not sure. White suffers a critical time disadvantage right now. So there's that. Though black seems to have thrown away his pawns. Yeah. Don't know what that was all about. Too busy talking, not busy, I suppose. So now white brings his king and helps stopping the pawn. Unfortunately, it's forked. So now, easy win for black, of course. Just, like right now, even threat was b2, b1, because the king is completely cut off, but that, so yeah, now just sacrifice that, and he can probably even just take knight, to be honest, than around, because the white king would have been on what, a6, and while the king gets at these 2, there's already 3, I think he gets that. So now just sack the knight, and the g coming, and then king here, then, or that, because if the king is then there's no stop the from queening, but, okay, now stop these pawns from queening. So now just queen, and probably just queen, to be honest. I'd do. No reason to bring the king up, but white resigned, so no reason to play the whole thing out. Are they going to play again? It doesn't look like it. I just cannot get a rematch this video. This is why I went ahead and started it during the middle of a game. This says that they're playing again, so is the internet just not being in my favor, or is it chess.com? I don't know. See, the game's taking a while to load, but no. Oh, it's a new game. Okay, not a rematch. Right, I knew that. I was just testing to see if you guys knew that. How many of you failed? Okay, so now hitting b7, defending b7, offering the queen, and if either side took the queen, then the other side would get compensation in the form of an open A file. Okay, defending the knight, threatening knight g6 with a discovered attack on the queen and on the rook. So stepping out of that discovered attack, so now maybe just knight c3 or knight d2, or even, I guess, e3. He just wants to get his pieces out, get castled. That, I imagine. Okay, not 100% sure what h3 was about. I mean, it keeps the bishop out, kind of, but maybe he's thinking of sacrificing a pawn somehow. Okay, so playing the knight, trading off the bishop. I don't think trading the bishop for that knight and then sacrificing. Oh no, it's not a pawn sacrifice because that pawn falls. But I don't know. Wait, no, it is a pawn sacrifice because if he takes on c5, then takes on g7, winning. So I don't know why he didn't just take the free pawn, because it looked like a pawn to me. It looked like a free pawn to me, because I don't know, there's probably something that I'm not doing, but okay, so now the queen check is a tempting choice, just preventing castling ever. Get this light squared bishop out somehow. Like maybe with an, like I think that he wants to put his bishop on f4, then play e3, then like go for a b push eventually. I don't know that he can really do that. Like, if he had a bunch of moves in a row, that's what I would try to do, but bishop f4 here. I guess there's the knight now to f5, though. See, this is why, well, he does have the queen up check, but then queen blocks, and he could just take the knight and then block things up. But that does leave great potential for opposite-colored bishop in games. So now, I think he might be dropping that pawn, like with a fork somehow. I'm not sure. There's like the check afterwards, and maybe that kills something. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I wouldn't have played it quite like this. White is time too. Okay, so now opening up the signal for threats of rook e1 check, winning, or the queen if the piece is blocked. So now threatening to win the queen once again with bishop g6 check. Yeah, I mean, I do like White's position. I have White's position better for most of the game, really. He's just playing things quite the way I would have. So queen, yeah, offering the queen trade. And now he can almost play bishop f4. He could have played pawn f4, though I'm not sure what that would have done for him. But the idea being that if the pawn takes, then there'd be the checkmate. But not something that he could have really done, but it's the kind of thing that okay, so now at 4, obviously, I would... Yeah, doubling is okay. F4, just, you know. And if he does, then you're threatening to take, and there's that. And if he does take, then you take with the bishop with tempo on the queen, control of the dark squares, and then still threatening shenanigans on the file. So now, I don't know, I kind of want queen f2, then push that again, though that tactic is a lot better than just picking up the exchange. So there's that, and now he can, like, attack the knight and pick up the b pawn. That, I guess, but, oh yeah, he is letting stuff fall. I mean, material is one off now, so he has to be careful. So having ideas of, like, maybe checking the king and picking up this pawn. And, like, if the bishop blocks, then maybe, fortunately for now, that. So that idea wouldn't really work. So see now, another pawn falling. Like, because, you know, he can just back the bishop up. And now defend this, maybe. I don't know. Time is crazy now. I mean, to be honest, this isn't even so much about the pawns. It's time. So now, the check might be a good idea. Okay, different check than the one I was thinking of, but it's not bad, I guess. Yeah, so now the knight goes back to defend. That's why I went the bishop up along the other diagonal earlier. So now maybe in just knight there, attacking the bishop. And, like, I don't know, then... Yeah. Like I said, time is of the essence, really, in this game. And black is using a lot of it right now, actually. It's shenanigans. I mean, dropping pieces. Okay, it was actually my not using a lot of time. White is dropping a lot of pieces, though. Okay, so this bishop takes now, obviously. And I don't think black should lose this, ever, because, I mean, he can just sacrifice the remaining pawn, probably. and then 3 pawns and a knight as a rook. I mean, it's not really a contest, but it was a time win in the end anyway, so not really depending a whole lot on the position there. Okay, are these guys going to play again? Can we get one more game, or should I go ahead and save the video now? Wow. That is a lot of games. I know that the time control is 60-30 for anyone who's wondering, but that is a lot of games. Okay, let's try and get one more fresh game in. Just get one more fresh game in. If you're watching my video, you obviously have time to waste on chess stuff anyway. Okay, so now bishop drops back, I imagine, to avoid the double. No. Okay. I guess that does gives up the bishop pair. Okay, and now if he then the pawn takes and the knight's kicked, and then like okay, piece dropping. Not the best strategy. But the idea behind this is that if the pawn takes, then the pawn retakes. Then the knight is under attack, and the queen and the rook are on this H file, and the pawn can forward to pawn can be pushed forward to cut off the F2 square. That's just generally bad news. So they're gonna keep playing. I guess I'll just talk. Black obviously wins this, but yeah, that's the idea behind the a piece drop, which actually works out really well for black. I don't like that personally. I mean, it works, but just the longer that you leave it there, the more likely it is that the other side will take it with no dire consequences. So that's just my personal opinion on it. I guess I should switch to the move list so you guys know what the move numbers are, in case you have any comments that I missed the most obvious checkmate ever in this move. Because, I mean, yeah, I miss stuff while I'm talking. I will not do that. Okay, so now maybe just bishop takes knight, trading down pawns, maybe. I mean, you have to be a little bit careful, because, like, well, I guess now just takes with check. And then he's probably fine, because there's that. But, I mean, yeah, he has to be careful. And now, like, the queen over here, maybe. Like, I don't think there's anything, because now there's that, but I don't know, you have to be a bit careful. Because his knight isn't exactly in the game right now. So now he's just trying to get his knight back around, so it'll be in the game. He could, yeah, 2 rooks for a queen. Fortunately, 2 rooks and a knight versus a queen. Still better. For, yeah, see, like, there's that. So now I'm gonna, like, climb up and hope for a draw. No. Oh, yeah, because he's just getting checkmated. See, that's the type of obvious mate if I wasn't talking. Okay, yeah, Sicilian. Probably be the last game of the video. I said that last. I think it'll be maybe like a 15-minute video. If possible. Actually, I've probably been going for more than that. I'm not sure. But it'll be anywhere from 30 minutes, I guess. I think that most of these end up being more in the range of 25. I'm going to need to get a drink, and then maybe I'll actually, because I haven't put a chess game on the channel for a while. Okay, so white going in for the king side attack, black going in for the queen side attack. I like white now, just because his pawns are so much more advanced. I don't know, I mean, it is kind of a breakthrough in some cases, but I mean, f4, f5, or the knight up, and like this bishop going away. So maybe he can even take the bishop now, although then the bishop takes a2 check, so I guess not. So yeah, I mean, he just wants to get f5 in, I imagine. Now he's doing that with tempo, although knight here, bishop takes. I don't know. I liked white better a few moves ago, I think. But yeah, because see, I liked getting F5 in with tempo stuff, but okay, so now he might have idea later sacrifice on don't get he might have sacrifice on H5 eventually, but the knight should probably just hop in here. Blocking stuff. Did I hear myself getting a okay. Well, anyways, he might have eventually ideas of sacrificing over here. Like, now he might be able to do it with the pawn push. Yep, he did it. He went for it. Don't say I didn't call it, because I did. Don't say that I said it's good either, though. I didn't. I just said he might have ideas of. And then he went and did it. But now maybe he can get a rook here. And a rook here, and then check, and check, and check, and check, and check. And now en passant, and he can bring the queen in to f6, and then the rook in, and he's getting mated. So I think just en passant here. En passant here looks pretty strong. I mean, I don't see what black does on en passant. En passant, I guess you have to bring the queen here, because you can't take with the knight without getting checkmated. So now he just has to prevent, somehow, queen f6. Yeah, like that. The rooks, yeah, just get doubled, and I mean, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look at all. Yeah, there's the check. Gets out of the fork, and now, like, queen d1 looks strong. I'm not sure how he counters queen d1. Maybe he can just take. Well, takes. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the knight taking there kind of throws a bit of a wrench into that. Okay, so now the knight can't take. Yeah, so there's that. So now it's just, or sorry, rook and knight versus queen. So yeah, see, the sack ended up working out, which is something I shouldn't really. The game is over. I taking the d pawn better. Taking. Okay, so I kind of like taking the pawn better than the a pawn, just because, you know, it's the center of the action. Yeah, okay, resignation right there. So I think that this will wrap this video up, and I will see you next time. Maybe I'll even play a game now.